All right, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the hopeful elect brethren out there pushing His word in truth and sincerity. All right, risking your lives, Slakia, to wake up the elect brethren out there. Okay, so we can get up out of here, get up out of Babylon, you know, because this is our captivity. But this um uh screenshot is of Prince Harry and his woman. I think her name is Meghan Markle. Okay, and this was inspired by the brothers over there in London, in the London camp, Great Millstone, London. All right, they were saying how he's an Israelite, you know, and I always looked at him. I was like, man, this dude's kind of different than a regular Edomite. But I ain't never really paid no close attention to him because he's a part of a so-called royal um, so-called royal family or whatever over there in Britain, Great Britain, England. Okay, the royal family. But him and his brother, you know, apparently they have two different fathers, and they said he's an Israelite. Okay, a confusion of face. And I wanted to. It's actually pretty cool because this is the scriptures about the wheat and the tares. Because obviously, one a person that's has Jake that hasn't woken up to the truth yet would say, "Oh, this white man is got with a black woman," but it's opposite. It's a so-called black man, most likely, got with a white woman. You know, spiritually looking. Because guess what? You have some people of ours who are scattered across four corners of the earth who look like an Israelite, or Slaka, who looks like an Edomite or other nation, but they're an Israelite from the seed of their fathers, and that goes for the women as well. And then the other hand, the other side of the spectrum, you have people who look like our people. We might look like a so-called Negro or Native American Indian or a so-called Latin tribe, one of the part of the Latin tribes, but they really go back to Edomites, which are called tares. So this is a confusion of faith and a tear, most likely. And you can tell she's a tear, man. This smut right here on the left, Meghan Merkel. Okay, most likely she's a or she is a tear. You know, she's a tear. But you know, if you can receive it, you know, and yeah, and I'm just gonna read a little bit more on this guy on about him. I know his Wikipedia is not fully it's not fully. What is this? Slovakia. Is this some net neutrality? Okay. Slovakia, y'all bear with me. I thought that was. Let me see here. Some net neutrality going on. Slovakia for the noise too is New Year's Eve, so-called New Year's Eve. But this is Prince Harry for Princess of Wales called Slovakia, Prince of Wales, called Harry and Henry. See Henry, Prince of Wales. Let me read it. Okay, yeah, British royal family. Yeah, yeah. Okay, Wales is in England, I believe. This is Prince Henry of Wales. Henry Charles Albert David, born 15 September 1984. This is formerly known as Prince Harry. Is a member of the British royal family socket. He is the younger son of Charles, Prince of Wales, and Diana, Prince of Wales, and is fifth in the line of succession to the British throne. Okay, and his mother was Princess Diana, and his father was Charles, Prince of Wales. Okay, so it goes back to his bloodline. Okay, right. So he's a Wales. I believe he was in the military. Yeah, he went to Afghanistan. Yeah, if I'm not wrong, think he did. Yeah. Gone. So yeah, most likely might be a Jake, man. You know, it says Henry. I'm gonna read just a little bit and pull a couple precepts. It says Harry was educated at schools in the United Kingdom and spent parts of his gap year in Australia and Lesotho. He then chose a military career and underwent officer training at the Royal Military Academy, Sandhurst. He was commissioned as a cornet into the Blues and Royals second lieutenant, his with serving temporarily with his brother, and completed his training as a troop leader. It says in 2007, 2008, he served for over 10 weeks in Helmand, Afghanistan, but was pulled out after an Australian magazine revealed his presence there. He returned to Afghanistan for a 20-week deployment in 2012-13 with the Army Air Corps. He left the Army in June 2015. Okay. Harry launched Invictus Games in 2014 and remained patron of its foundation. He also gives patronage to several other organizations, including the Hollow Trust, the London Marathon Charitable Trust, and Walking with the Wounded. He is engaged to marry American actress Meghan Markle on blah 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 2018. Okay, and I'm gonna give y'all an insight. This guy was banging out Rihanna before he so-called getting married. So he was smutting out Rihanna, man. An Israelite, a Benjamite. He was using her as a bed wench, man. It came out. He was using her as a bed wench. Cause she's juiced in with the Illuminati, and so is this guy. Okay, Prince Harry. He's a Mason and so on. He has ties to the elites, elite bankers, and Rihanna is a low level Mason devil. She sold her soul. She's a low level what would you call it? She's just she's a worshiper of Satan, of Lucifer. Okay, so-called spiritual demon Satan. All right, she had to give over to that left hand side and sell her soul to so-called Illuminati to get what she's got, and that's evident. If you don't know that, you got some homework. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 9 and 8. O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of face, to our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee. God. So we have sinned against Bashim Yashai. So one a stumbling block he put on us is we really can't see what cedar you're from, what's your nationality, because we went off. Okay, and the Lord said, hey, I'm just gonna make it a confusion of face. Okay, and this Prince Harry, most likely he's an Israelite, and from a Jake who's lost in the world, he thinks he'll look at Henry. They won't even get Prince Harry and wouldn't get any spiritualness from it, and look at Meghan Markle and won't even get any spiritualness from that, and they won't, they'll just say a white man and a black man when nobody's white and nobody's black. Okay. And this is her Meghan Markle and her dad. Okay, she looks like a so-called light skinned black female, but her dad is a so-called Edomite and her mom is a so-called black woman. So she turned out to look like that. And the line goes back to the seed of your father. Okay, so whatever your father is, that's what you is. You might come out to look like a so-called black woman or man, but your seed goes back to an Edomite, a heathen. Okay, and then she's gonna be destroyed, and she's gonna go into slavery. All right, right along with all the tares. Okay. This is the book of Matthew 13:24. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But when men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, doest that not thou sow good seed in thy field, from whence hath it tares? He said unto them, an enemy hath done this. The servant said unto them, What thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, least while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together into the harvest, and in the time of harvest I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Right. So the wheat is talking about the Israelites, and the tares is talking about the heathens. But time will tell when we finally will know, who's an Israelite and who's a heathen. You might look like a so-called white man and be saved because you electing you from the and you an Israelite. You're gonna be, and you're gonna be destroyed if you so confusion of face, and you a tear, or slock, and you a tear. But you look like our people, and you a 2/3. You know, Lord willing, I'm gonna go get a little deeper and really, because a lot of people in history, man, were really Israel, were really Israelites, man. Like really high level people with accolades in history who people call them so-called white, but they're really Israelite, man. You know, you looking at it spiritually, okay. But when we get to the kingdom, man, there ain't gonna be no confusion of face. That's just what the Lord had to do to us for going off, man. That's what Bashem Yashai wanted to happen. All right, with that, I want to say all praise to Yahweh. Bashem Yashai. I hope this video was edifying. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom.